You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, support the show. Patreon.com/Hal Sparks, all that stuff. We have I don't have any advertisers. I don't get sponsors, so it's just us. Also Venmo and Cash App. So the next one, obviously the big story right now is if, when, and will, and what form Trump's arrest will come. And I'm excited about the idea. You guys know me though. I'm not that excited about when it happens. It's the anticipation that's hot. You know what I mean? It's it's like sometimes the buildup is just better than the real thing, But in this particular instance, I was like, we've been trying to find out if anybody knows any real details, around this. Trump certainly doesn't seem to. So I have been looking into who would possibly know. Well, clearly, let's, whoops, that start. This lady should know. Now, if you're not familiar, this is Elena Haba. And Elena Haba, take your eyes off her cross. Eyes up, Christians. She, we now know, perjured herself. And as of midnight tonight, that becomes true legal jeopardy for her, because he either instructed her to lie and she agreed, or he lied to her and she told the truth that she thought was real. She thought she said things she thought were facts, and they were not. And but she stated them to the court as if they were. And that's a no-no. So she's in no-no land. And but yesterday Dick Morris, one of the other Trump whisperers who talked to him all the time, gave us an insight. But this time, but apparently that was bullshit. I apologize. That was bullshit. Apparently Dick Morris doesn't know. Only Haba knows. Trump lawyer, this is how he really feels about potential indictment situation. I think it's going to be that it makes him, he feels challenged and excited and invigorated like he's never felt before. And he can't wait to fight back, and he wants his day in court so he can show them all who's boss. And that's why he's screaming all the time. Here we go. Let's see.
Let's bring in now Alina Habba, attorney for Donald Trump and advisor for MAGA Inc. Alina,
And advisor for MAGA Inc. Oh, she has the most fucked up LinkedIn ever.
Let's talk a little bit about this, what Bragg is trying to do. He's trying to take what is a misdemeanor on the state level, which is his job to look at, business records violation, misdemeanor, and
business records violation with a porn star payoff, wife, newborn baby at home, a hand job, sex, toadstool, Shark Week. Yeah, we all know. But the important thing,
somehow flip this into a federal elections offense. It's never been done before, Alina. Is this because the man at the center of this is named Trump?
Well, yeah, because he's always finding new and egregious ways to crime.
Absolutely. I think you know the answer to that. I really loved your monologue in the beginning. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, don't talk about shit we can't see in the clip. They didn't post it for a reason, dummy. Also, nice mics. That's good. It's good. I feel better about my audio quality issues.
He is literally destroying a state that was once wonderful, and these corrupt DAs and AGs really need to stop.
New York was once wonderful. Do you think during the entire time that that Trump lived in New York, he referred to the place as wonderful? Or was he constantly writing, I don't know, op-eds and weird fucked up like power play messages to be put in the paper, or manipulating the press there to make it seem like he was doing better than he was?
Stop what they're doing here. And there needs to be an examination, and they need to be held accountable. What's happening, to your question, is that we've had federal prosecutors look at this many years ago. This is stale, it's old. They looked at it, they evaluated it, they said the case is garbage. Then they have the...
Yeah, well, I mean, I think from a Page 6 standpoint, it's very exciting, though.
FEC look at it. Now, those are the people that regulate campaign finance payments, not what this alleged allegation that he's bringing supposedly would be. They rejected it.
Well, then if it's not, if the law has nothing to do with, if it has nothing to do with that law, then of course they would reject it. It's not, if the FEC says it doesn't pertain to that law and Bragg's not charging him on that concept, I'm sorry, please continue to babble.
We have Michael Cohen, who is a felon, a
felon. Yes, he went to jail for lying on behalf of this asshole.
pathological liar. In my opinion, he's been proven to be a liar by many people.
Yes, during the time he worked for Trump.
And he is sitting here as the key witness in his 20th, I've lost count, appearance to assist in the Trump derangement witch hunt. And I know my client uses that word a lot, but it's what it is.
Yeah, it is a witch hunt because, and you know, it's time we just said it on the air. Trump is a witch. He's a one-man coven. He's one of the few that only requires one member, and he just wants to admit it. That's why he keeps saying witch hunt. He's also a human mirage. That's why his weight and his height fluctuate so much. He doesn't actually exist.
This has nothing to do with the law.
Yes, right. Or is he a demon?
This has everything to do with the polls. And this is what you do in Russia. You take out your lead political opponent, and you have a bunch of minions on the ground helping you do it. And you have some...
No, they just scoop them up. And in Russia, it's not this complicated. It doesn't take any time at all. Ask Alexei Navalny.
Rich guy named Soros backing all these people, and they don't care about their ethics. They don't care about the oath of office. They just care about taking down Trump.
You know,
or they see that as a way of keeping their oath, whereas other people who have let it slide before, let his crime slide before, were not living up to their oath. It could be that. I'm just floating that. I just want that to be, just let that hang for a second.
So how is, now I know Michael Cohen a long time.
Oh yeah, did he used to fix shit for you too?
No, I probably met Michael Cohen when I met Donald Trump 25 years ago. How is...
Yeah, so birds of a feather, obviously.
Does Trump talk about, you know, what Cohen is doing and what he's trying to do? I mean, those guys were tight for a long time. And
yeah, they were. Isn't that funny? Yeah.
And Cohen just went, I don't know, he went apoplectic, when
he went to jail for Trump.
Crazy, and started trashing Trump for whatever reason. For what?
Yeah, whatever reason. I don't even remember. It's been so long.
Reason? How is Trump with Michael Cohen?
Well, they're obviously not friendly. I think that Michael Cohen would love for me to say nothing more than that he's relevant to Trump. And I'm so sorry to tell you, Michael, you're not.
Okay. Got it. Okay. You're not important here. Okay. This is our lunch table.
You know, this is a man that was upset that he didn't go to the White House. He said it, you know, there was congressional testimony bringing this up. He wanted to go to the White House. The president didn't take him there. And he's a sore loser. And frankly, he represents what I would call a stage 5 clinger. Somebody who has
a stage 5 clinger. Helena. Sorry, Ms. Hubba. You have just described your future.
Attached himself at all costs, reputationally and otherwise, and lost his law license, done things that are completely unheard of in an effort to, frankly...
No, they were heard of. They were heard of quite often, actually.
Sell books and make himself relevant. And Donald Trump happens to be one of the most famous people, if not the most famous person in the world. So I hope for my...
I mean, if you say Charles Manson pretty much anywhere...
Michael Cohen safe one day he finds his own identity aside from Trump. It would probably be good for his family and friends.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a weird threat or anything.
So, look, the word on the street, no one knows for sure. Word on the street, there may be one more witness tomorrow, Wednesday. Today, there was Michael Cohen's former lawyer who refuted everything Michael Cohen said. But tomorrow, there may be another witness. And then the speculation is Alvin Bragg said, I'm not going to be intimidated. The speculation is an indictment could come down tomorrow. If it does, what will Trump do?
What anybody with any sense would do in his position. I think if he chooses
Weep.
to indict, and let's remember this is a choice, if he chooses to indict a former president and make waves with this case, which has absolutely no merit, I think a couple things are going to happen. Number one, I know my client. He's not afraid. He hasn't been afraid since 2015 when he walked down the escalator at Trump Tower. He'll walk
Then what's all the sweating about?
in, he'll face the music, and he'll go through this the way anybody else would that has
No. He would not go through this, even in a positive sense. Your client would not like you saying he will go through this like anybody else would. What she's saying is he's going to surrender. They are not going to have to arrest this dickhead.
done nothing wrong.
This goes back to the whole, like, what happens if he doesn't leave the White House? We're going to have to evict him? Like, he was going to fucking turn tail and leave.
He will get a team, go to trial, and be vindicated. And then Alvin Bragg will be known as the DA that put politics above his office. And that is that. And
Yeah, then I don't know what you're worried about. I feel like it sounds like a sweet deal to me. Hold on, this seems quiet for some reason. I'm going to bring it up.
quite honestly, Donald Trump will probably win the 2024 election as a result.
No. No, he won't. By the
there are
way,
a lot of people.
that I don't know why they do a big transition every time they cut back and forth between the two of them. That isn't. Does somebody not know at the office that you do the big stinger transition when you're changing segments, for fuck's sake?
Who say that, and that it'll unite the MAGA with the people who are undecided right now and who they would.
Yes, the people who are undecided right now, who used to be for him and are not anymore.
Support on the GOP side behind Donald Trump because of that. Could very well be, but
or not.
Is
Yeah, it's good. I understand where I have the same problem when she talks. We all do. We all kind of go,
Is the push right now to say I'm innocent, or is the push to say I've heard him say this 100 times, folks, they're not after me, they're after you. I'm just in the way. The question is, where is he on that? Does he want this to happen? I mean, look, this is not a bad question. He may say, I welcome this just to expose the system for the corrupt system that it is.
Yeah,
if he was going to say that, he'd have already said it months ago.
No person in their right mind would want this to happen. Okay, let's be clear on that. He's not.
Yes, that's true. If you fucked a porn star while your wife was at home with your 5-month-old, and you had to pay her to keep quiet because you were afraid you'd lose the evangelicals to run for office, and you're making the case that had people known that Joe Biden was a master criminal who also has dementia, but also runs a giant criminal enterprise masterfully, like The Godfather, if you got caught, if you got your tit caught in that ringer, you'd be a little upset. I agree.
He has never had a problem with PR or getting attention. On the contrary, Donald Trump is, again, the most famous human being on this planet.
Well, that's why, yeah, when she said he had a mushroom-sized dick and made like Mario jokes about it, that's why he started selling Trump mushroom soup.
You cannot say that somebody would ever want this for any PR play. Now, the reality of what they're doing by making this having this indictment go through is frankly helping him, but that's not something he.
No, it's not. Can I share something with you guys? All right. So the Marianne and the Williamson got a little mad earlier today. If you don't know, about a poll about her chances at becoming, let me find it in my responses in here real quick. Yeah. I'll find it. Hold on one second. Where'd we go? Where we go? Nope, that's the wrong one. This one's this one scared the crap out of me. This is while I'm looking it up. Ron Filipowski posted this. This woman, Ceci Truman, says she's being discriminated against at the airports because and tagged for extra screening, for special screening, because she's MAGA and she's running for Congress and she was at a Trump boat rally. And not because her eyes are a different color than what it says on her fucking license and her face doesn't look like anything like it did when she landed wherever the shit she is. All right, that said, where the Zaphod people rocks line, whatever. This came up earlier. It was way back here. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. So Marianne Williamson got mad, apparently, on this. The only one who's actually announced isn't mentioned on this poll. This is Political Polls puts this out. And there were a lot of people, by the way, that were making comments about this to this video saying, that's terrible. They're trying to destroy you. Some people are jumping in on there, but it's repeated, the DNC and the media partners conspiring to blah, blah, blah. Like over and over. Yeah. I wish it mattered, but I have a strong feeling that a Republican will win next year. Yeah, not happening. I'm not buying Harrison at 17%. But anyways, people were shitting on this. And her big thing was, I'm the only one announced and I'm not even mentioned. This was not multiple choice. This political poll, when they did it, was, if it's not Biden, who do you think it should be? And just write in whoever. And it said initially it had like Harris, Sanders, Warren, and somebody else. And in the somebody else category, they said who. And that broke out to this group. And Newsom was at 1% like a few months ago. And so he's making headway and not even trying. That said, like Shapiro got 1% and he just got governor of Pennsylvania, New York. I forget which one. I'm so mixed up on those right now. But anyways, she got really mad that she wasn't in it. And my response was, well, it wasn't multiple choice. The poll solicited response. If more than 1% had written Zaphod Beeblebrox, he'd have charted. And somebody said, I'm all in for Biden, but who is this Zaphod Beeblebrox and what is his platform? And I said, he's a fruit who really knows where his towel is. So where were we? Oh, yes, the polls. Same polls. Let's go to, that's where I have to take it. That's why I did it in the first place. Let's go into their poll, into this political poll. We go to bigvillage.com, who did this poll. And they go through a bunch of stuff, and they're going through Biden's approval numbers. And at this point, who do you think should run? And da-da-da-da. And Biden's winning at 33%. He's been as high as 39%, but he's at 33% right now. 4% margin of error, by the way. So, Jesus Christ. Someone else is in second place because of the rest of the field. Namely, there's Kamala Harris. Here's Bernie Sanders at 15%. He gets 15 to 17% every time and basically no more. He taps out nationally at about 24%. And that's, within the Democratic Party and with the general electorate. Sorry, that's the number. This is who will do it if Joe Biden's not part of it. Someone else was tied with Kamala Harris in January. Now she's done a lot better. She's at 34%. Basically, it's the administration. Like, they want to stick with the administration. And this, okay, so then we go to Republican nominee. Who do you want to see as the Republican nominee? Trump, 52%, killing it. And here's Ron DeSantis at 24%. Which, not surprising right now for that. They're splitting the party. And in here, it's somebody else, Mike Pence, and Nikki Haley's at 3%. Pence gets 9%, which is another fuck you Trump vote. Here's the interesting part, though. Who would you prefer to see as a Republican if with Donald Trump removed? There's DeSantis at 45%. He's just 10% shy of Trump's numbers, all like automatically once Trump is not a factor. And then once he gets out in front, all these people fold in behind him. Trump's numbers are not the same. They will not. Okay, so if just these choices, who would you do? Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Would you prefer a country going on the right track or the wrong track? Of course, they're going on the wrong track. The number of people saying they don't know has increased by 3%, which is, I think, very telling. Anyway, so the idea that it's helping him in the polls is direct.
I mean, nobody wants to be indicted. He has a family. He has a child. He has many children, and one that's quite young. And I don't think.
Yes, he doesn't want to go to jail because he won't be able to spend time with his children, which he doesn't like to spend time with.
What he's doing is fair or right, but my client has been the victim of selective prosecution for many years. I think this is just a scary moment for me personally.
Yeah, because he's put you in legal jeopardy. Please go on.
I'm scared. I mean, what if it was my father, my mother, anybody I knew? I wouldn't want that just because they're a Republican or because they're successful.
Yes, that's the only reason they're going after him, because he's a Republican and he's successful. That's what they do with successful Republicans. They always get prosecuted first. It's terrible.
Very quick thought, Alina. I know you got to go. Tell us, how is he pissed off? Is he pissed off like a lot of MAGA people are?
I wouldn't say pissed off. I think disappointed in our country is the best.
Yeah, that's it. It's not that I'm angry, America. As your daddy, I'm disappointed, Best
way to explain it. It's a frightening time. He's not scared. He's concerned for the country, and it really emboldens his message, which is America first, not Republicans first, not Donald Trump first, America first. And we need to really remember that is what he stands for, and he's going to keep fighting and leave his cushy, wonderful life to get persecuted even more. But no, he's not mad. He's
his cushy, wonderful life. You do realize there's pictures of him wandering around Mar-a-Lago, right? We've seen the place. We've seen what he looks like. He's a wreck. Fancy clothes do not make a comfortable life.
Worried about the country.
Very good. Very good. You're a great spokesperson for him and a great attorney for him. Alina Habib, thank you for...
Spokesperson, perhaps, because you're glad to see her, so that's why you're saying it. But as a lawyer, no.
Joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. So nothing there. Literally, his lawyers have no fucking idea. And by the way, if you don't know what I was referring to with the case earlier today, and I'm going to find this. Hold on one second. The idea that Trump himself, let me do this real quick, could be Corcoran. I'll look up this one. Yeah, here we go. Uh-oh. This just happened. Oh, shit. 3 hours ago. So good. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Alina Habba's day just got worse. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking. Whoops, sorry. What are you doing? Get that out of there. I'm going to need this guy right here. The D.C. Appeals Court has denied Trump's motion for a stay and directs Corcoran to produce documents per Judge Howell's Friday order. One of them, no order on the testimony yet, but I expect that soon. And then, if I may, breaking, Corcoran scheduled to testify before the grand jury on Friday. Trump's side is not expected to appeal to SCOTUS per sources, not me, sources. Yeah, this is it. Evan Corcoran is scheduled to testify Friday before the grand jury unless Trump's side decides to appeal the latest order, I'm told, but they are unlikely to try and do so because they will fail. The Supreme Court's going to kick that to the curb. Howell found that prosecutors showed sufficient evidence that Trump intentionally concealed the existence of additional classified documents from Corcoran, putting Corcoran in an unwitting position to deceive the government. He tried to throw him under the bus. And meanwhile, let me see if we can find the Habba. Yeah, that's the docket from earlier. This is going to be so good. And by the way, I'm excited. On Friday's show, on the Friday morning show, Driftglass and Blue Girl from Crooks and Liars are going to be on the show with us to discuss oh God, all of this stuff as it's going down, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, here you go. Exclusive ABC, and this is, by the way, Trump attacked this earlier. He attacked this on Truth Social. ABC has new details on the 6 topic areas Trump attorney Evan Corcoran asserted attorney-client privilege over, but will now be forced to testify on regarding his representation of Trump in the classified documents probe. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. The court rejected former President Trump's effort to block him from testifying. An appeals court on Wednesday rejected an effort by former President Donald Trump's attorneys to block Trump lawyer Evan Corcoran from having to testify and hand over records to special counsel Jack Smith's team investigating Trump's handling of classified records after leaving the White House. The 3-judge panel in the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled extraordinarily swiftly against the request for a stay by Trump's attorneys who sought to block an order last Friday by the chief judge for the D.C. District Court, who determined the government had made a prima facie case that Corcoran's legal services were likely used by Trump in the furtherance of a crime. The crime. Oh, they've been criming. Fruits of crime, don't you know? Oh, the fruits of crime. D.C. District Judge Beryl Howell, that is a judgy name. Beryl Howell. I think it's a woman, too. Beryl Howell ruled that prosecutors in special counsel Jack Smith's office made a prima facie case showing that the former president committed criminal violations, according to sources who described her Friday order, and that attorney-client privileges invoked by 2 of his lawyers, Corcoran and Jennifer Little, could therefore be pierced. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, 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 dear. Oh, seems somebody got a rabbit stuck in a hole. Oh, dear, dear, dear. This is the most frightening face in Trump's life right now. And then, hey, Keith. I should try to get Keith on. That would be nice. Yeah, okay, that's the thing. I've got to look up somebody put in Haba's testimony earlier today. I'm going to find it. God damn it. That's the Jennifer Little stuff. Hold on. Let me get this here. I'm going to put this in here. Haba. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. So this is good stuff. So on May 5th, 2022, I personally, this is so small on my screen. It's blurry. I personally searched each and every room of the respondents' private residence at Mar-a-Lago. Look at that. On May 5th, 2022, I personally searched respondents' personal office at Mar-a-Lago and all desks, drawers, blah, blah, blah. Trump Tower. On May 5th, 2022, Elena Haba, this is fine. Searched each and every one of respondents' private reference located at Trump Tower, including all desks. Okay, yeah. So she has attested to, in court, in her testimony, that they personally searched. They didn't take Trump's word for it. They personally searched the premises, and oops. New immediately before Bob signed declaration prepped by Corcoran, Alina Haba swore she personally examined every dock at Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster on 5/5/22 looking for Trump organization docs. Haba signed, she then talked to Trump. Did she discuss handling classified documents? That's from the Haba affidavit. Our DOJ, okay, immediately before Christina Bob signed it, there you go. So he's retweeting that with other details around that. Yeah, good stuff. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, it's so good. It's just such good stuff, and we're just gonna, it's like, these are the days we've been hoping for. These are the days of our lives.